This is the original Firefighter podcast, where we talk about anything you would talk about at the firehouse kitchen table. And sometimes we even talk about fighting fires. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Let's get into the show. Well, folks, welcome back to the original Firefighter podcast show. I'm your host, Will Pederson. And as we start this episode, we just want to dedicate this episode to Captain David Meyer of Truck 29, Chicago Fire Department, and Graham Hoffman, a firefighter paramedic of the Kansas City Fire Department. Captain David Meyer, he died of injuries sustained in an arson garage fire when the roof collapsed on April 23rd. And firefighter paramedic Graham Hoffman was fatally stabbed to death on a medical call on April 27th. So both gave their lives in the line of duty while serving their cities and their communities. We honor their sacrifice. And with that, we are going to get into our episode. We are excited to have back with us Mr. Brad Steele. The Steele is back.
Woo.
How you doing, Brad?
Doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. You know, we've got a great episode, and one of the things that I want to make sure that everybody understands is that, you know, you are one of our sponsors of the show, Castle Contracting. We appreciate you guys backing us. You guys have been doing it for a while now, and we appreciate your sponsorship.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that, why don't we do a little bit of a toast?
A toast to
the fallen firefighters and their sacrifice. As we get into the episode, one of the things that I want to jump into is that, you know, we have had you on the show a couple times, but, you know, this is the first time where we've just talked straight to you. So one of the things I wanted to kind of get your input on is you own businesses right now. You own Castle Contracting. You've got a bar restaurant that's operating. Yep. And you've been, you know, kind of a guy that's been going after it for a while. Now, all of a sudden, we've got the tariff wars going on. And, you know, we're battling it out with about every country in the world right now.
We're winning.
What's that?
We're winning.
Are we winning?
Yes.
Is that, yeah. Well, I hope so.
We're winning.
We're winning?
We're winning.
I'm just curious with the tariffs that have been, you know, recently imposed. Are you seeing any of that on your end?
Oh, yeah. Stuff's more expensive. I mean, across
which
the
way?
Board. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing on the, don't get me wrong, actually, I take that back. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing through the business side, we're not seeing a lot. I mean, our food, for the most part, for the restaurants, our alcohol, it's all local. Kentucky made.
Yeah. A little bit of 1792 here.
Yep. But I mean, that's the produce. A lot of the produce is local. I mean, I don't know what ingredients we would ship from any other country over here.
Avocados. No? Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. I thought that would be Florida or something. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Do avocados come from Florida or they come from Mexico?
Google that and leave a comment below.
Yeah. These guys are idiots. They don't even know where avocados come from.
No, I don't eat avocados. I have no clue. I can't stand them. They get brown.
Really?
After a couple of days.
There is a good comedian that talks about how fast avocados go bad.
They go bad like within an hour.
You have to eat all of them like right away as soon as you get home.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But no, but what have you seen? So what about in the construction industry though?
Construction industry, not a lot either, because like the shingles are local. Shingles are in either made in Ohio or local states. So I mean, it's not coming in either. Nails, I don't think the nails are made in Uganda or anything. So most of the stuff is made pretty locally anyway. Well, on the personal side, you know, stuff is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah,
a little bit more expensive. Cars, I got a bunch of friends in the car industry, and they're getting the tariffs on the new Mercedes, the new Audis, and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But I mean, when we're going to buy a new vehicle, it's going to be more expensive.
Sure.
All the dang stuff that she buys on Amazon is ridiculous.
Well, that's interesting. You bring up Amazon because Amazon apparently they were gonna start listing out how much money you were. If you ordered something off Amazon, how much of that cost was going towards the tariffs? They were actually going to list it. And then apparently the Trump administration, they stepped in. I think President Trump called Bezos and said, hey, could you maybe not do that? And
I think it'd be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, transparency is not a bad thing by any means.
Somebody commented on a post, good old Facebook post the other day. Is like, oh, these tariffs are ruining our country. Well, No, the debt is ruining our country. That's going to ruin our country.
Right.
And they're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to get out of this? How are we ever going to get out of this? Well, we start making shit here first.
Right.
Like that. They were, you know what it was? They were talking about the, what do you call it? The bays, the shipping bays in LA or in California.
Yeah, right.
Like they're like, oh, they're completely empty. The ports have been completely empty. And what are we ever going to do? Make it here.
Right.
Like, how is it? How is it that hard? Make it here.
Yeah, they call
That's
them.
the whole point.
They call them blank ships.
Yeah.
So these ships that come in, they don't have anything to offload, and it's like, well, to your point, it's like, well, then.
Well, weird. We've been sending blank ships back to them for the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's been a thing for literally 20 years or more about how the ships are so heavy and full coming over and how they're so empty and we're sending blank ships back.
Sure.
The only reason why we send ships back is because they need the cargo containers so they can send shit back over here.
And there you go, folks. That's good. I really appreciate that insight because that's a good way of seeing how we've taken so much of everybody else's products. You know, we're stuck with a country right now that is basically making it's covering its expenses by services. You know, maybe not entirely, but to a large degree, we are not manufacturing enough here at home.
It's sad when our biggest industry is retail.
Right.
Literally, our biggest industry, the person who makes the most in our country is the person who has the most chains of stores.
Yeah.
I mean, Walmart, Bezos, Amazon. I mean, let's look at it. There are no industries. Obviously, this is a broad statement, but there are no industries that are making like more than what a retail chain is somewhere. I mean, you got all these retail chains that literally buy as cheap as possible from other countries, and they bring it over here and they sell it. Well, they're all being made in other freaking countries and brought over here. So, and keep in mind, everybody, I got my economics degree on the back of a Wheaties box. I just signed up and they sent it to me. So
trust me, we weren't going to put a lot of faith in it, given that you came from Walnut, Illinois, which is not a knock. I mean, it's just, I think sounds like a little town and little house on the prairie.
Oh yeah, it was next door. That was next door.
Yeah. Got to go to Walnut Grove.
Yeah, that was the unincorporated portion of Walnut.
Yeah. Now, but to go back to the tariffs real quick, and then we'll kind of move on. But the tariffs and what we're talking about, like bringing manufacturing back to the United States, there is a counter to the conversation, which is we shouldn't try to think that we're going to live in this utopian future where we're suddenly going to have all the manufacturing back in this country, and you're going to have cars rolling off and trains being assembled by, for example, like human beings. I mean, anything that we do bring back and we start manufacturing and assembling here in the country, a lot of those jobs have already been outsourced to robotics. Mm-hmm. And that will most likely just continue to increase.
AI,
yeah. So the question is great, the statement is great, we're making things back in this country again, as we should. Mm-hmm. But the question is, but who's doing it?
Yeah.
And how does that sustain sustain a living for a person, a human being or a family when robotics are the ones that are doing the work?
That's a whole nother issue. That's a whole nother episode, folks.
Right.
That's a whole nother episode because honestly, you're right. People pushed over the last administration and even before that, minimum wage. And now it's up to the certain point. Now it's up to a certain point where now it's actually cheaper for large companies to go buy robots. It's like there's a reason why they ship this stuff overseas and had it built overseas because they're doing it for $7 an hour. I'm not saying that $7 an hour is where we need to be at, but they're probably getting it at like $3 an hour, to be honest with you. But I'm not
even cheaper than that.
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
All I'm saying is like it's cheaper over there, but now when they move it back over here, they're going to move it back here. The tariffs will be gone. Everything's going to be great when that aspect clears itself up. But the problem then is that you brought up is it going to be robots or is it going to be personnel? Well, the question at that point is, unfortunately, at that point, it's going to be robots because nobody can afford to pay $15 to $18 to $20 to $25 an hour for somebody who's doing nothing on the job that a robot couldn't do.
Sure.
So at that point, that actually puts us into a predicament, because at that point it's going to be merely a benefit of what state is going to give the most tax incentive to hire the most employees.
Right.
Because the only reason why a company would then choose human over robotics is because they're getting tax incentives to do it. So now it's going to be a debt on the economy, because they're going to actually, I'm going to move to Montana because Montana is going to pay me 50% of the wages via tax incentives, or not charge me taxes, or however it might be, for me to choose human labor versus AI labor.
Right.
So I mean, that's a whole nother, like I said, that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother episode.
There's a lot of tentacles to it for sure. There's no doubt about it.
But it's definitely
you brought up
change
something earlier about minimum wage. Something that I saw the other day was out in California. There's a pitch for them to raise the minimum.
What do you got in that glass?
This is 1792.
That's 1792? Mm-hmm. Is it cold?
Yeah.
Does it taste good?
Tastes great.
All right. Boom. Cheers.
Cheers.
Boom. No, you got to take a drink. You can't cheers.
No, I always tap the table.
Oh, well, yes.
That's
I'm
customary.
Sorry, I thought you were setting it down.
No, that's
you know
for
what
the
that
fallen.
means? I was going to ask you.
It's
You
for
know
the
what that
fallen.
means, right?
Yeah.
For the fallen.
Yeah.
Awards off bad spirits, and
Yep.
one for the fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. Boom. Cheers.
Now, if you don't drink and you after cheers, that's inviting the bad spirits.
That's why.
No.
That's why I said that. You got to drink.
No,
after
I
cheers.
always cheers and then tap the table.
You always do what?
I cheers.
Cheers. Oh.
And then tap the table.
Let's do it again. There you go.
Yeah. So, no, I was going to bring up something about, you brought up minimum wage, and I would agree with you that in 2025, $7 an hour is a little harsh for the minimum wage, right?
Exactly.
Anywhere you go. However, let's rein in lunacy, which is out in California, there's a pitch to raise the minimum wage out there again to $25 an hour. And there's a representative out there, and I can't think of her name, but is pitching $50 an hour.
So
$50 frickin' an hour at minimum wage. Now, that's probably not going to happen. That's probably the Bernie Sanders, ideology is to just basically, just throw money at it. Yeah, just give it away. How could that even possibly ever be sustained in any state?
Okay, so with that being said, there's been a huge spike in, and I don't even know why we're talking about economics. Like, that's so far outside of my realm. Me build roofs, me build pools,
Me firefighter, knuckle dragger.
But this is so far outside of my realm. But you do realize that the more you give a raise to everybody, the more the prices of everything is going to go up. So you're not making more. You're literally not making more.
No. Well, I think to validate the conversation at this moment is to say you do own a bar restaurant,
yes,
which is a place typically where some of those workers are particularly maybe making a minimum wage, maybe a little higher depending on what they do.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you are at that floor level, entry level into the job market.
Yeah.
So you have background there, and you've been in investments in your lifetime. You understand how the numbers move around. So I guess that's where I bring it up, safely with you to say we're not here again. We've already you build roofs and I am I drag hose and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's to have a greater conversation of, we keep coming back to the Trump administration part two. The point is that we keep saying that we are the party of common sense. And how can common sense equate to this idea that we're going to raise minimum wages that would appear as if these are like level 2, level 3 of any other industry that would pay you $25, $30, $35 an hour. Hell, a fucking firefighter doesn't even make.
I'm sorry.
Even a firefighter doesn't make. An entry level firefighter doesn't make $35, $40 an hour.
Well, that was one of the concerns back when at the very beginning of them, we seen them protest, McDonald's protests of $15 an hour, $15 an hour, and ambulance EMTs didn't make $15 an hour. But you want somebody who's going to make a pre-made burger and set it on a platter.
Right, exactly.
You want them to make $15 an hour. Don't get me wrong. I want everybody to make more than $15 an hour. I want everybody to make more than $15 an hour. But there's certain entry-level jobs that people have literally made it into lifetime careers. It's like, if you want to make more than what you're making at McDonald's, then leave McDonald's. Go somewhere else.
It's a great place to start.
It's a great place to start. And that's what it always started off as, is an entry-level position.
Yes.
And people literally make careers about it and then complain that they're not making enough. Well, you didn't apply yourself at the periods of your life when you were supposed to apply yourself. Sorry about anybody else here that works at McDonald's, but you didn't apply yourself.
There's no one else in the room.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You can talk to the plant if you like, but this episode is brought to you by Strike the Box Cigars, Pipes, and Tobacco. Whether you're a seasoned aficionado or just starting your journey into the world of fine tobacco, Strike the Box has what you need. From the finest cigars to premium loose leaf tobacco, Strike the Box delivers on quality in a welcoming space where you can enjoy a smoke and good company. Additionally, Strike the Box specializes in vintage pipe restoration. We're talking estate pipes brought back to life with craftsmanship that borders on art. Got Grandpa's old briar gathering dust? Let the crew at Strike the Box make it smoke like new. Check out their full list of vintage pipes for sale at striketheboxpipeandcigar.com or swing by the shop located at 6935 11th Street, New Milford, Illinois. Soak in the aroma and talk shop with real tobacco lovers from the American Fire Service. Strike the Box, where fire, flavor, and tradition meet. Again, that's striketheboxpipeandcigar.com or swing by the shop located at 6935 11th Street, New Milford, Illinois. That plant's probably making $25 an hour. It is. It's just sitting there.
Definitely $25 an hour for sure. But no, it's bad because, okay, so restaurant industry, let's put it this way. Restaurant industry, you go into my restaurant and you can get the best burger that you've ever had for like $16. Fries, everything. It's amazing. You got to come try it. Anyway, I'm just plugging the parks.
Yeah, go to the parks.
The parks. You can zoom in on this. It's an amazing burger. All the people that make that burger and put that burger on your table are making more than minimum wage. Okay?
Yeah.
But if we double that, can I see a raise of hands of everybody in this room that would pay $45 for a burger?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Yeah. Exactly.
Nobody yet. And that's what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, $45 for a burger.
And that's where, and that right there, and whether it's the conversation about what the minimum wage should be, whether it's we're giving out or subsidizing any of the various things that we already do, healthcare, just housing.
Yep.
Daily, monthly, give outs for groceries and other things. And again, this is not to say that there are not hundreds of thousands of people out there, if not millions of people, that do need those assistance. I'm not claiming here. There's no claim here that every individual out there does not deserve any of this help. Some do need the help, mm-hmm. and some do not. Mm-hmm. It's not 100%. There's no freaking way. Some do deserve and need that help. How do we determine that? That's not for this show. That's not mm-hmm. for us to decide. There are other entities that do that. Hopefully they do it efficiently. Mm-hmm. And again, that kind of swings us right back around to, I think, what Doge was about, is all about, is trying to figure out, hey, are we doing this efficiently? Are we doing these things adequately? And are we reining in the fraud, abuse, and things of that nature?
When it comes to Doge, I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to be I hate what Doge is doing.
Okay.
Because
why?
I really think that other countries should have their own version of Sesame Street. I really do. I think there should be a different version of Sesame Street. They should do the research on this. Every country that speaks a different language should have their own version of Sesame Street. And I think billions of dollars should be spent on.
I think in certain parts of the world, Sesame Street would look very different.
Fucking love Big Bird.
Yeah.
Can I say fuck? I can't say fuck. I'm sorry.
You can say fuck all you like.
I'm not going to say it.
This is yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm not going to do it.
Just fucking say it.
So so let's go back to the cost of food, and everything.
Yeah.
So like in the Vegas area, specifically, their costs, from what I understand, their cost of living out there is pretty high.
In Las Vegas?
Like in Vegas. It's ridiculously high.
Yep.
It's gotten to the point where they don't even put, so like in the construction industry, they don't even build decks, like second-story decks, and put barbecues on top of second-story decks.
Okay.
They don't do it. In that specific, I don't know why.
So you're saying they're gone are the days when they give you like a patio that you can walk out on. They're saving the cost?
Well, no, they won't do it on second stories.
Okay.
Because they're saying you can't barbecue up there for the most part. You can't cook you can't cook certain things up. They're saying the stakes are too high.
Oh, we're gonna give that one to you. That was good. You reeled me in on that one, and you landed the plane. I'm like over here going, well, you're the construction guy in this fucking show, so I assume that he's gonna say something like, well, they're not building balconies above the second floor because they want to save construction costs. But no, it's because the stakes are too high. Okay, now that we can dispense with the stupidity.
Sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. You are from Walnut, Illinois. Small town.
We're gonna make that place famous.
Yeah, small town. And I know you actually, personally, you've been a great friend, of course, and we've done a lot of great things together, adventures, and we've done probably the funnest things that we've done in a routine sort of way is snowmobiling together.
I was going to say that or the mountain climbing.
And well, I don't know, but the jury's still out on that one.
Well, I didn't make it all the way to the top.
Yeah, I know, because I was up there and you weren't. But I will say, and this is a compliment, it is fascinating. You're the one person that I know that could literally see a vehicle, a truck, a tractor with all its parts just sprawled over the ground, and you'd be able to assemble it without directions and have it actually operate correctly. Like you are.
The jury's out on that one too.
So where did that come from? How did you dial that in? Was it just like early years of farming? Like you said in a previous episode, you had said that if it had to be fixed, you didn't go throw it away and then go buy a new one. Yeah. You fixed it.
Yeah. I guess there's no answer to that question. I guess. But
did your dad show you? Did you just?
I guess. My dad showed me. Yeah, in a way, if you want to call it that. My dad showed me in a way because I think I was more of that person that just continuously tore shit apart. And then when I couldn't put it back together, I got my ass beat. So I learned real quick to put
You will stay out here all night.
You're all night until you get this thing put back together. Well, I learned real quick to put stuff back together and make it work. Because half the time he didn't know I was tearing something apart or whatnot, just because I was curious about it and tore it apart. And he said, put it back together now.
Well, so
my dad's that type of guy. He's like, oh, you need something to do? Go dig a hole.
Yeah.
And then when you're done digging that hole, go fill that hole back in.
Well, it is. It's interesting because I've been out. We both have had boats, own boats together. We've been out boating. When something goes wrong, like how to fix it. When we're out on the trails, snowmobile, the sled breaks down, the machine breaks down, how to fix it.
Do you remember that day in the middle, Houghton Lake? Is that Houghton Lake right there, or the Houghton Hancock?
The Houghton Hancock, yeah.
Yeah, right between the lake there. We're booking it. You had that thing maxed out I was going like 90. You had yours as fast as you wanted to go. I think you were doing like 25 or something.
Okay, easy there. Easy there. But don't let the bourbon kick in too early.
Your belt broke in the middle of the lake. And
it did.
And we had no clue how thick the ice was.
So it was late at night.
Oh, it was.
And we decided, we were at the Downtowner.
Yep.
In Houghton, Michigan.
And a couple of these may have happened.
And what was interesting too is that we had been across the Houghton Bridge a few times.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, and you could see open water underneath that bridge, and that was common.
Yes, very common.
I think just basically road salt or whatever they put on the bridge. Obviously, that drips down current, whatever. But still, at the end of the day, open water under the bridge.
Yep.
Now I believe we were to the
south of it,
south of the bridge.
Yeah, we never really went north of the bridge, but yeah.
Okay, so we take off from the downtowner and we're booking it as fast as we can. Just you and I.
Yeah.
There's nobody else out there. We were with a group of 5, but we had taken off, and we're screaming down the lake on the ice and the snow. And yeah, my belt breaks.
We didn't, at that point in time, it was really early in the year and it had been warm. We literally didn't know how thick the ice was.
Right. There was actually concern.
There was tracks. When you broke down, I turned around, took a nice wide loop and came back to you, but I parked a good 50 feet away from you because obviously too much weight in one area.
Well, what I think you actually did is that you parked 50 feet away from me and then waited 5 minutes.
Yes.
To see if I would go through.
If you sank. Yes, that's exactly what I did. So I waited a few minutes and then came over and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Is my brake on? Do I have my brake locked? I'm like, you went through a belt. You busted a belt.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do I do?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah. So we swapped it right there. Shoot, I did it in the dark.
You did. That's my point.
We did it in the dark. We didn't even, I think it was so dark you couldn't even see.
Right.
I'm just sitting there like trying to find the belt.
Yeah. You were like, yeah.
And that's when the belt.
You're like Helen Keller.
Yes. I Helen Kellered the shit out of that thing. But no, but that was, I remember that. That was the time we had to take the snowmobile
But that's
back.
always been the case with you is that, and this is not just me. I mean, we've got other friends that have said the same thing. It's like if something goes wrong, and it could be either one or two things, you are about to get into a fight.
That never happens.
Then you want Brad with you.
That never happens. I'm the sweetest soul you've ever met.
Or if you break down, or if something needs to get fixed, you're the guy to call. And I've seen it
stuck in a snowdrift.
Yeah. But beyond that, it does come back to, we're talking about snowmobiling. I know that you've got a pretty good history of motocross. Mm-hmm. And I was saying this to the other day with a couple of the friends that of all of my friends, you're actually one of very few people that you don't follow any national sports. I know that about you. You don't care about the NFL. You don't care about MLB. You don't. But you care what you care about is if there's motocross on or snowmobiling or anything that goes fast. Mm-hmm. That's what you care about. Where did that come from? That need for speed?
I think it's always been there. It's literally always been there. I've always wanted to go fast, do stupid shit. I've always wanted to go fast, do stupid shit, and race. Just I don't know.
When did you start racing?
Shoot, I probably didn't start racing until I was like 12 or 15 years old. I had to go. My mom and dad wouldn't buy me a motorcycle, so I had to go buy one. I had to go get a.
What was your first motorcycle?
YZ 125, 1998 YZ 125.
Well, 125. So I had a Honda 80.
Oh no, it would have been a 94 125.
Yeah. So in 91, I think it was, maybe 1990, 1991, I picked up a Honda, an orange and black Honda, an 80, and I mean it was a badass looking bike. Only 80 cc's. But you were going, so you got a 125, and then what did you do with that?
Ditched banged for a long time, and it just so happened right about the time I got that, there's a Sunset Ridge is in Walnut. Sunset Ridge Motocross track is in Walnut, and I know Bob and Jan really well. They're literally our neighbors. They lived right across the street. And the track is right across the street from my house, so I would go over there after work every day and hit the track up and just make a few laps almost every single day after work.
When did you take that into the next level where you actually started motocross racing? And how long did you do that?
Probably 15 years after that. Like it was. I mean, when we became friends, you were still from time to time, like you were going out and doing races. Yes, I was still doing races. I was still doing a bunch of stuff, and I always split back and forth between the street bike stuff and the street bike stuff and the dirt bike stuff. So I was always back and forth between the two. I just love going fast and doing stuff that I probably shouldn't be doing on a one wheel or two wheels.
I mean, most people they don't understand that it's actually the speed that gets you through the track, whether it's through the curve, over the jump or the hill or whatever you say. And most people back down. They do. I mean, most people they're like, oh shit, this is way too fast. I mean, how many wipeouts did you go through? Because how many bones have you broke?
One.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
This whole time.
Yep.
This episode of the Original Firefighter podcast is sponsored by Castle Contracting. Castle Contracting offers commercial and residential restoration, leading the industry in roofing, residential siding, gutters and downspouts, egress window installation, storm damage assessment and repair, and solar energy, saving you money and time. If you want to be treated like royalty, contact Castle Contracting to schedule a free inspection. Call them at 877-512-4207 or go online and visit castleexteriors.net. That's 877-512-4207 or go online and visit castleexteriors.net. Serving Illinois, Wisconsin, and Kentucky, Castle Contracting has you covered. Your home is your castle. Call Castle Contracting today. To include your semi-pro football career.
Yeah, exactly.
I always got to bring that up.
But I broke this wrist.
And that's it.
At Sunset Ridge, yeah.
How many wipeouts, though?
Oh, geez. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But I did a lot of my craziest stuff on the street. I've got a couple videos out, but like I did my longest.
Yeah, this is you, right?
Yeah.
Is this that's what you're showing me here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my.
So if we go,
but I was.
That's you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this to.
I was wheeling
to Aaron, and then we'll see if we can.
I was wheeling street bikes, and I've got wheelies 9.5 miles long, like one wheel 9.5 miles without setting it down.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm going to send
don't get me wrong. I'm not near as good as some of my friends are. Some of the guys that I used to ride with rode on teams and stuff, but we were at the very beginning. You know, we were at the very beginning before stuff ever.
Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do is I realize you were showing me video of you doing these crazy things on motorcycles.
Yeah, that's just like that encompasses the whole motorcycle idea.
And I'm going to share this over to Aaron, and we'll throw this on the episode. Yeah, it just goes back to
this is back in 1999 and 2000.
Yeah,
like this is a long dang time ago.
Well, and that's the thing with you. It's either been motorcycles, snowmobiles,
four-wheelers,
the FJ Cruiser.
Yep.
Good Lord, that FJ Cruiser is iconic.
Yeah.
I think didn't you figure out a way to cross over the Rock River or some point?
There's a spot that you can go about halfway across with it.
Yeah.
And it gets a little bit deep, but if I had a snorkel on, it'd probably be a little bit better.
No, I think that's, a testament to kind of just doing your own thing, which is, I think that's great. Getting out there in the world, doing something that, the majority of people just don't do. And I think that's probably one of the big things where, like for myself, I get out there, I love to hike a mountain. It's not easy to do. Not a lot of people can do it or want to do it.
I tried.
And hey, you made a valiant effort.
I did. I took a nice nap while you guys made it the rest of the
You're going to do it again though.
Oh yeah, hell yeah I am.
Yeah.
In August or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going out there.
All right, perfect.
Glacier National Park maybe.
Yep. You guys all meet us there. Let's go.
So jumping forward, so now you've got this, you've got your contracting business, and you operate in Illinois, Wisconsin, Kentucky.
Yeah.
There have been some crazy frickin' storms lately.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. 2.5-inch hail, tornadoes.
And it's been nonstop.
Yeah.
It is funny because I feel like where we're at right now, like it always seems like it kind of like goes around us a little bit for the most part. Greene County, Wisconsin gets smacked all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We've got friends that are down in Kentucky. They've been getting hit like every other week.
Yep. Frankfort, Kentucky just got hit again last night with about 1.5 inches of hail. Inch and a half. Frankfort just outside between Lexington and Louisville.
What'd you think about the flooding that we just saw in Buffalo Trace?
Yeah, Buffalo Trace. That's crazy. Yeah, because Buffalo Trace is in Frankfort, right?
Bardstown?
Bardstown.
Well, just outside of Louisville.
Yeah.
Or not
yeah.
Louisville. I'm sorry. Lexington.
Yeah.
Lexington. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Look at this. This is you.
Yeah. That's
Sorry, we're jumping a little around, but oh shit, what'd you do there?
That one wasn't me. That was Damien there, but that's me on the orange bike there. You can barely even tell, man. That's how different the cameras were back then.
That is crazy.
No, the best one's coming up here in just a second. I did a high chair, which everybody. So I could do one handed, which again, this is nothing. This is back in 2000, so like this is nothing compared to what they're able to do now. They're doing circles, they're doing all kinds of stuff. But back then, like this, like it was insane. So this next one is a high chair.
But this is what I mean.
That's what that's a high chair.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's
you just had your hands and
watch the next clip goes up with it. But
so you're standing for those that are listening. You're standing straight up on the back wheel of the motorcycle, and you are easily going for what seems to be a mile.
And for that one, yeah.
Oh my God! Now you're on the front.
Yeah, that one was like.
But explain that high chair. What was that? Was that your feet going up to the handlebars and your hands on the handlebars?
So riding a sport bike.
Okay.
Riding a sport bike and and my feet are over the top of the front windshield.
Okay.
Basically, like just over the top of the front windshield. Then pull the front tire off the ground.
And this is exactly what I mean. Is that I think that there's a necessity with you about going fast. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. I appreciate it.
That was my high chair days were that was awesome. There's not a single bigger rush than just passing a car.
If you're listening, you should probably go over to YouTube and watch at least this segment there. I don't even know what the antics on the motorcycle is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't even know what website's on. I know it's on YouTube, but I don't even know how to get to it.
Well, this will be on our channel.
Oh, okay.
So subscribe to the original Firefighter on YouTube.
You better subscribe. But no, it's crazy. There's no bigger rush. There is no bigger rush than being able to have a car. And back in the day, it was the ladies.
Yeah.
There's a car of ladies in front of you, and I hop over and I put my feet over the handlebars and pull up, do a wheelie, and just sit right next to them with my feet over the handlebars and then just go right past them.
And then drive away by yourself.
And then drive away, and they go home, and I go home by myself. Yeah.
Let's swing back over to Buffalo Trace, because obviously we should probably refill this. But with Buffalo Trace, like the whole property was underwater.
Yes.
Now, did you have a need to get down there, or have crews try to figure out like where you could go and start to gain some business?
Not in that situation. I mean, Buffalo Trace is pretty huge.
No, but I mean like the area, or even up in Wisconsin recently, they got hit, and I know you were doing some work up there. What were you looking for up there? Basically, properties that suffered hail damage.
Properties that got hit, and pretty much all of central. Well, this whole swath of central Wisconsin got hit, and my biggest thing is we're not door knockers. So you're going to get. We went up there the day after to see if we could help, and the place is just. There's just such an influx of door knockers.
Yeah, there's a ton of contractors out there. We know that.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. There's only a few contractors.
Okay, do it.
The rest of them are door knockers.
So it's
pretty disgusting. It's actually pretty disgusting. There's literally in one specific town up there, it was a traffic jam of door-to-door salesmen. It's crazy because I guarantee that less than 10% of those people that were knocking on those doors even knew how to put a shingle on.
They just needed to get the pamphlet out in front of somebody.
They're just getting the paperwork signed.
I gotcha.
And it's sad. It's sad because it makes it that much harder for the people who are actually out there doing the work.
Right.
You know, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
So what do you caution when what would be your cautionary thoughts, just one or two thoughts about, or bullets about, like, hey, you might accept, somebody coming to your door and putting a card or a pamphlet in your hand.
Yeah.
But what is it that the homeowner should really consider before they say, okay, yeah, I want to work with XY contractor?
Yeah, I guess that's one of my things. That's one of my things that I've actually been contemplating here recently is everybody, not just the people up in Wisconsin, not just people who hate storm chasers, but everybody hates a door knocker.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Everybody hates a door knocker.
Yeah, for sure.
But yet it's weird.
We're switching to 4 Roses, by the way. 4 Roses Select.
4 Roses, small batch select. I like it.
Specific.
No, but everybody hates a door knocker.
Yeah.
Yet when the door knockers come around, they still sign up with them. It's like if you hate them that bad.
Well, people don't want to. People don't even under distress.
They're lazy.
Isn't it crazy how much procrastination in the worst of times?
Yep. It's just absolutely ridiculous because
sometimes I think it's not. I think it's some people they don't know where to start. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm talking about true devastation. You don't even know where to start.
Exactly.
However,
ooh, that's good.
However,
that's really good.
I think something that you're driving at that I can think about. One of the things that I've been throughout the United States of America. I'm serious. I've been a lot of places around the country and around the world. I'm thankful for that. Great experiences. However, there's something about going through the United States of America, through the various states, and especially if you get out on the countryside. Well, that's not even true. I got to back up. It doesn't really matter because even the urban cities, some of these places are just disgusting to look at. These houses, houses dilapidated, and how we let
nobody does any upkeep.
How we let things go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what have you seen out there?
It's actually crazy when you're talking about that type of thing. I have a leak in my roof. This is back. So I also own an insurance agency. That's one of the things we haven't talked about. But I own an insurance.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody likes an insurance agency.
Sorry, guys. But no, as far as that goes in the insurance agency, though, you'd be surprised how many people call in and file a claim because their roof leaks.
Right.
Well, what happened to your roof? Like, the only reason why you call into an insurance claim is because something happened to your roof. They're just like, no, it just leaks. You do realize that that's not it
didn't always leak.
Yeah. So what happened to it? Did a tree fall on it? Did it start on fire or whatever? Right. But people are just so, I don't know as even if that, I've almost lost faith in humanity at this point.
So all I'm saying is, go back to the way that people let their houses go. And then what happens when the house is already kind of fallen in on itself, and then bad weather comes in, and now they want a new roof. How do you deal with that?
The house literally fall in on itself or whatever, and then a hailstorm comes in, but then the insurance company comes back and says that it's just maintenance, like you didn't maintain your house.
Okay.
I mean, so they deny the claim. They'll deny the claim every time.
Is that a part of the process? So let me be more specific. So if I have a house that I just clearly let go, mm-hmm. The age of the building, I've let weather take its toll on the structure. Mm-hmm. But then there is this one catastrophic moment, major hailstorm, wind, straight winds.
Yeah.
Tornado comes by my place a mile away. Mm-hmm. And I want to now turn in a claim. Is that a part of the process where the adjusters or however this is figured out, do they come out and they say, well, yes, you have damage from the storm, but you've also clearly let your place go.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do they do?
So it all depends. I mean, that's a fight. That's literally a fight, and those are the fights that we take on. Those are the fights we take on at Castle Contracting. Oh, all right. Anyway,
I like it.
yeah. No, so those are the fights that we have to deal with. But the question is did the insurance company, those are the fights that we take on. The question is, did the insurance company insure the property? Because that is a field underwriter's job. When I say a field underwriter, an agent's job. That's my job as an agent to come out there and view that property. If I didn't properly view that property to begin with and see that it was dilapidated, see that there was no roof on it, see that there was all these issues, then if you insured it, you're covering it.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, a lot of these companies never required their agents to do field underwriting. You just literally signed the papers and you were done. That's changing. That's changing. A lot of people are going to start getting letters from their insurance company denying them and canceling them due to property. In fact, I have one right now here in Rockford that's got a shake shingle mansard roof, which basically it's one of those houses that's got wood shake shingles all the way down the side. There's no siding on it at all. It's all the way down the side. And the insurance company is denying them. They're canceling coverage if they don't get it covered, if they don't get it fixed, because the insurance company failed to come out there and do an inspection on the house when they signed the contract or when they signed the policy. Now they're coming back like 5 years later and saying, okay, you got to change that because we're not going to insure it. If there's a hailstorm, we're not going to insure those shingles. So replace it or we're canceling you.
Right.
So they want us to replace it. So, but when it comes down to it, like it all comes down to the underwriting. When you take out a life insurance policy, it's your job as an agent to make sure that they qualify. You have to answer the questions. Have you had a heart attack, cancer, stroke, renal insufficiencies, any type of ESRD, anything major that's going to, anything that's going to keep you or anything that's going to kill you soon. Have you had that? No. Boom.
Gotcha.
Done. You get it. But they don't do the same thing for homeowners, or for homes, but they're starting to now. They're starting to now, and they're starting to crack down on it. They're starting to crack down a lot on it.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, there has been a lot of people that just assume that insurance policies are the same thing as a home warranty. Like when you buy your home, I don't have to fix my roof. It's going to be covered under warranty. No, it's not. Like that's not what's happening. They're not going to cover your anything. They're not going to cover anything under your insurance. It's called insurance, not warranty, for a reason.
I'm sorry, but we have to pause for a quick sponsor update. Sticky Situations Roofing Supplies. Are your gaps wide, dirty, and begging for a proper seal? Then you need Sticky Situations Roofing Supplies, home with a double-barrel caulk gun and the stretch-to-fit tube extender. Whether you're patching a roof or just compensating, our premium-grade caulk comes in colors like Stormy Night, Dusty Beige, and everyone's favorite Naked Clear. This week only, buy 2 tubes, get a free Grip and Go smoother. Because a smooth finish is everything. Sticky Situations, when things get rough, will fill your cracks. So as we get into the next one,
I'm sorry, I love a good caulk.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a segment called "Color Me Cocky," or "Call Me Cocky." I think you're a little cocky.
I'm sorry, but in this industry, you pretty much have to be a little bit cocky.
So let's talk caulk.
Let's talk caulk. Welcome to our new segment called Let's Talk Caulk.
So you're trying to, when we're talking about like taking care of your home.
Yes.
And probably there's no other element that ruins a house quicker than water.
Yes. Except for maybe fire, because it's literally instant.
Well, it's not instant. I mean, I've been to some fires that have taken
faster than water.
But water lingers, you know what I mean? Like it sits around and it creates all the other problems, right?
Yes.
So what do you recommend for people to, like avoid water damage? Do you recommend caulk?
I would always recommend a good caulk.
You would?
I mean, I would never take the chances with an iffy caulk. You always just get a good caulk.
Yeah.
Fill the gaps.
You don't recommend a trial caulk?
A trial caulk?
Yeah.
I don't even know what a trial caulk is.
Well, like you try it once and then you just like, nah.
No, you want to get a good, dependable caulk.
Yeah.
Like something that's nice and thick.
But where do you find that? You have to ask other people, right?
Yeah, you'd have to get...
recommendations?
You'd have to get a recommendation. I mean, I think there's some websites out there that you can go onto. I don't know what they are.
I don't need to do that. I just go to you. What caulk do you recommend, Brad?
Well, are we talking about for roofing or siding? For roofing, I would recommend a really nice dark caulk because they tend to be a nice thicker. It's a little thicker caulk when you get the darker ones, and it'll fill in the gaps a little bit better.
Okay.
Siding, like on the sides, you're going down a little bit lower to the ground. That Naked brand, the clear caulk, would work just fine, I would say. I love a good Naked. In fact, if you want a good one, there's a couple stores around that have a nice Naked dark caulk.
Right.
I don't know where they are.
Well, everyone's got a preference.
Everybody has a preference,
and you have to match to your own color tone, right?
I don't prefer a caulk.
To be clear, because you said, well, there's clear caulk.
Nope, to be clear caulk.
Right?
Oh, to be clear.
Right. But if you are, for example, using caulk to seal the outside, the exterior of your house, you want to match to probably your
color match caulk.
Yeah.
But I mean, these days, not matching colors of caulk is pretty acceptable.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty acceptable.
You can have two-tone.
You can have two-tone caulks.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're in 2025. They're definitely okay with that out there, aren't they?
And again, I reiterate, I'm not a fan of a lot of caulk. If you do the job right, you don't need a lot of caulk.
Well, no. I mean, just apply a thick bead around your emotions and smooth it over with your finger.
Again, if you do the job right, you don't need a lot of caulk.
Well, I wanted to have a little
Thank you for that sponsor.
Yeah, I wanted to have a little bit of caulk talk with our actual contracting sponsor of the show, Castle Contracting. We appreciate that.
Everybody loves it.
So that's a little bit of Let's Get Caulky or Caulk Talk on the Original Firefighter podcast.
Let's talk caulk.
Let's talk caulk. Where can I get that t-shirt? Well, we got the answer. Go to originalfirefighter.com where you will find any of the t-shirts or hats that you see us wearing on the show. For every purchase at originalfirefighter.com, we give 5% back to supporting mental health and wellness for first responders. Go to originalfirefighter.com, join in the community, join in and become an original firefighter. Going back to something that I know that you're passionate about these days. You started this a while ago, and I just wanted to have a conversation about Rooftop Angels.
Yes.
What is Rooftop Angels? Where is that going?
Rooftop Angels is a Facebook presence. It's a nonprofit that we push for pretty much the same stuff that you work for. We raise awareness and we raise funds to help people with that need help with mental health, like your mental health, like first responders' mental health for the most part.
Yeah.
And we raise money and raise funds to help people with classes, with appointments, with whatever they need to be able to be motivated, to be able to get back into the communities, to be able to just live a normal life after traumatic situations.
So I know that on one of the social media platforms, you got a good following out there.
Yeah.
I think you've got something like 47,000 followers.
I don't know what it is right now. We got over 40,000. We've got a lot of followers, and it's great. It's been terrific for us. I think Rooftop Angels. I think we were founded back in like 2012, something like that, and we've grown throughout the years to over 40,000.
But this has been what I think is interesting and something I can appreciate is that at the top of the episode, we did a tribute to a couple of firefighters that recently have passed away in the line of duty this month in April. And I think that clearly we know that is going to have ramifications that are going to be mentally impacting a lot of people, including on their families,
family, the people around them.
Yes. But you have made an effort along with all of your ventures. And this is what I think is really a cool thing is that I know what your background is. I know that you come from a small town, USA. Yeah, I know that you are very mechanical. You've got a love for sort of Americana where, it's motorcycles, it's snowmobiles. And you built a business in the insurance industry. You then transitioned into contracting, construction. and then going even further into a small business with bar and restaurant entertainment. And yet, what I think is really cool is that you found a way to say that you wanted to give back to first responders through Rooftop Angels, which is a cool name. I mean, it is what it is. It resonates in the fire service. Rooftop Angels. It fits very well.
Everything.
It does define the fire service and first responders very well. But the Rooftop Angels is about helping small organizations mostly, right?
Mm-hmm. Small organizations and individuals.
Yeah, for the ability to access mental health and wellness for their betterment.
Yes.
And where do you see that going in the future? Where do you want to see it go?
I don't know.
As you build it.
As we build it, I mean...
well, first of all, it's built. I mean, it's established, but I know you want to go further with it. How can people help?
I guess the best way to help is to donate so that we can give back. The more you donate, the more we're able to give back. And we're a new company. We're a small company. We're a new company, and every amount that you give us helps to be able to go towards the mental health or mental health and wellness. It's just that's about all I can say.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out a way that we can tie that in with future episodes, and also figure that out with maybe website development, where we can decide how we can gain people to come in and give to that organization. It's a great organization from its inception. And so, but I know that you've got a great following out there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get this episode at least onto that platform where those followers are at, and try to highlight Rooftop Angels as much as we can, so we can boost them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome.
One of the things that what's coming up here very soon is that you have an event at the parks.
It's actually a bourbon class. Everybody does a bourbon tasting.
Yeah.
And everybody who's a bourbon drinker is their own professional. So everybody knows everything about bourbon. So, I mean, that's cool. But coming and drinking a bourbon, that's one thing. We've actually got a professional, one of the distillers from, I don't know if they're I think they're a distiller from Maker's Mark coming up, and they're doing a class on just a little bit of a teaching about how they actually bottle, how they do the tests, how they pick one versus the other. A little bit about everything about the bottling, about the distilling process of it, which is going to be pretty cool. We're going to have quite a few different bottles there, and I wish I would have brought them today. Today we're going to have a couple different bottles. There's going to be some makers there. We're going to have some makers, some bookers, bookers, and I can't remember the other. Yeah. I think an EH Taylor is going to be there. A couple different brands. It's going to be really awesome.
Yeah. I know the original Firefighter we're gonna give 3 bottles for a giveaway at the event as well.
Yep. And then we're also having a local cigar shop.
Yep. Strike the Box.
Strike the Box is going to come up. Yep. And we're going to do some cigars. So we're going to have cigars, bourbon, a little bit of a training event. Hopefully it's nice out. We really hope it's nice, so everybody's going to be able to sit outside and or stand outside and enjoy the day. Drink your bourbon outside, smoke your cigars outside while doing it. I love having a good cigar and a bourbon.
Oh man, there's nothing better, especially when the sun has been shining all day, when it starts to cool off a little bit in the evening, but it's still there's a little bit of bake in the air, and
have I ever told you that
I love a bourbon and a cigar.
Have I ever told you about the worst time to drink bourbon?
Please tell. When you're on top of a roof?
That's stupid.
But you wouldn't recommend, right?
I do not recommend that.
When's the worst time to drink a bourbon?
Still trying to find it.
Oh, you're still trying to find it. What's your favorite bourbon right now?
Right now, my buddy over here turned me on to it. I'm not gonna lie. So I've got 2 of my favorites, and they're cheaper bourbons. So they're the cheaper. They're the off the shelf bourbons. It's something you're gonna be able to find. But number 1 is the Black Label Rabbit Hole. Still tried and true.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah,
love that.
That's good.
And then the other one you actually turned me on to, the IP Harper.
IW. I.W. Harper.
I.W. Harper. I'm sorry. Yep. I.W. Harper.
Yep.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, IP is a beer.
Yeah, good.
We would do pints on a pitch, but we'll do that in another episode.
Yeah.
That would be pints of beer on a pitch of a roof.
And then we have to have beer in here.
Yeah, so it's I.W. Harper.
I.W. Harper.
But yeah, that actually is one of my favorite bourbons.
It's very good. Smooth. It's some good stuff.
Very good. If you like what we're talking about here at Original Firefighter, please go to YouTube and subscribe. Hit that bell for the alerts for future episodes. And as always, everyone out there, please be safe. This has been the Original Firefighter Podcast. Thanks for watching and listening. Tune in each week on Wednesdays for a new episode. Like and follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel today.